State Governor Prince Abeokuta has assured that his administration will continue to put in place policies and programs to develop and improve manufacturing activities to hasten economic growth of the state. Governor Abeokuta gave the assurance during the 36th annual general meeting of the State Manufacturers Association of Nigeria held at the Conference Hotel, Okimoso, Abeokuta. Governor's office correspondent Yusuf Ganil reports.
Of Nigeria, Ogun State Branch, had as its team the African Continental Trade Area Agreement and Nigeria manufacturing sector, maximizing the gains, mitigating the drawbacks. Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta and members of the state's Executive Council joined the forum to discuss the implications and benefits of the African Continental Free Trade Area and sensitize members on the need to prepare and brace up for the multilateral trade agreement, which holds huge prospect for boosting intra-African trade by 52.3%. Governor Abeokuta said the AGM is an important platform for the cross-fertilization of ideas for investors to improve the socio-economic development of the country.
Most of this AGM is very important to us in the state because not only are we the industrial capital of Nigeria, we are focused on making the manufacturing sector a key component of the building our future together agenda since the inception of our administration. This is obviously what informed the vision of our administration, which is to provide a focus on qualitative governance while creating an enabling environment for a public-private sector partnership, which we believe is very fundamental to the economic growth of the state and individual prosperity.
He also stressed that the Ishayaman Travis administration is inclusive for the public-private partnership, which is very fundamental to the economic growth of the state. He added that his administration has embarked on the infrastructure development, which include Aton Agbara, Ijebu-Ode Ekpe and Ogijo roads, as well as the Agrocargo airport, amongst other significant projects, basically to maximize the potentials of the investors.
The roles of man and other partners and stakeholders to complement not only the development of the manufacturing sector, but also towards the creation of individual prosperity for our people and the development of our dear state's economy. Specifically, she knows that the task of transforming the state into a fully digitalized state can best be achieved with the cooperation of the private sector. Therefore, I join industrialists as corporate citizens to fulfill their obligation to the state by making regular and required remittances.
The Vice President, Western Zone of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Samuel Kolawole, and the State Chairman of the association, Mr. Selim Adegua, appreciate the current administration for its drive to support man activities, particularly in the provision of infrastructure development.
We all need to sustain and improve on the provision of these facilities within and around industrial areas, especially the Ota, Agbara, and Ogijo in Ogun State, in order to boost industrial activities and expand opportunities for jobs and wealth creation activities for the citizenry.
A word of appreciation and recognition was thereafter presented to Governor Abeokuta for his immense contributions to the State Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
The Ogun State House of Assembly will on Tuesday, 38 November 2021, lay host to the State Governor, Prince Abeokuta, for the presentation of the year 2022 Appropriation Bill. A statement by the Deputy Clerk of the Assembly, Barrister Mrs. Fumi Adeyemi, indicates that the presentation of the 2022 budget proposal, being the third since inception of the present administration in the state, would take place in the hallowed chamber of the Assembly, Okimoso, Abeokuta, at 10 in the morning. The statement adds that all invited stakeholders, guests and other government functionaries are expected to be seated in line with COVID-19 protocols by 9:30 in the morning. The The Ogun State House of Assembly has confirmed the nomination of Mr. Oluwashino Olanrewaju Ogungbade by the Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun for the position of Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice following a screening by the lawmakers. The Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, also called for immediate implementation of the State Law Reform Commission 2021 passed earlier in the year during plenary. Matthew Sheumi completes the report.
Reading the report of the Committee of the Whole House, chaired by the Speaker, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Hakeem Balogun, moved a motion for the adoption of the report on the screening of the Commissioner nominee, which was seconded by Honorable Ganiyu Oyedeji. The confirmation of the nominee was thereafter done through a motion moved by the Majority Leader, Yusuf Sherif, seconded by Honorable Abdul Bashir Oladunjoye, and supported by the whole House through a voice vote.
Those in support of the motion that the nominee be confirmed, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. I hereby pronounce that the nominee is confirmed by this House and that His Excellency the Governor of the State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, can go ahead and swear him in. I so order.
Meanwhile, Speaker Oluomo has commended the State Command of the Nigeria Police for its efforts at curbing crimes and criminality in the state, especially its recent breakthrough that led to the arrest of a 5-man gang terrorizing communities in Ewekoro local government area, calling for sustained efforts in ridding the state of criminal elements. The Speaker gave the commendation while responding to the submission of a member representing the Ijebu North 2 State constituency, Honorable Dari Kadiri, who reported a case of recent kidnapping of a student and the condition of some roads in his constituency.
I therefore want to use this opportunity again to call on the state government and the security agents in the state to step up their game in fighting this security issue. But I must appreciate as well the roles they have played so far to the extent of reducing the level, because at the time it was more rampant than now. And I give kudos to the Nigerian Police Ogun State Command.
He also requested the State Ministry of Works to ensure application of palliatives on the bad portions of some of the roads within the state. Matthew Shoumi, Ogtv News.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State House of Assembly Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption Committee has directed 2 former officials of the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure to appear before the lawmakers on Friday, 3rd of December 2021 for further clarifications on the ministry's financial records between 2015 and 2019. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, gave the directive while examining the ministry's financial records as presented by the Permanent Secretary, Engineer Lateef Adedimeji, in response to the Auditor General's report on the ministry between 2015 and 2019 at the Assembly's Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Correspondent Kola Wuliosho covered the exercise, and details of his report are presented in this package.
While examining the records of the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure as presented by the Permanent Secretary, Engineer Lateef Adedimeji, in response to the Auditor General's report on the ministry between 2015 and 2019, Chairman of the committee, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, said it is imperative to invite former Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Engineer Kayode Ademolake, and the former Director of Finance and Accounts, Mr. Lasisi Gbagba, that served in the period under review, to avail the lawmakers the detailed explanation on some infractions recorded in the audit queries. According to the committee, there was a record of irregular award of contracts in the 2019 audit reports, which showed that 2 projects of 13.5 million naira and 14.96 million naira contracted to Messrs. Quaulat Consortium Limited and Engineer Mazoya were approved to be executed as direct labor. The committee chairman further added that misapplication of funds was observed by the audit team and recommendations were made to the ministry on this, as the sum of 1.6 million naira approved for capital expenditure were expended on current items such as newspaper bills and purchase of office stationeries, amongst others. Also, a record of non-retirement of 2019 expenditure was noted of a sum of 41.2 million naira in respect of 15 payment vouchers, not retired as and when due, which is gross contravention of the Financial Regulation 603 and the circular from the audit of the Auditor General that all expenditures were to be duly retired with invoices, cash receipts, and other relevant supporting documents as evidence of payment for goods and services.
I would like to invite the former Director of Finance and Accounts, Mr. L.K. Baba, to appear before this committee. Also, I would just want the former peers, Engineer Ademolake K.A., to be here with us to shed more light on what transpired in the ministry from 2015 to 2019.
He, however, invited the concerned officials to appear before the committee on Friday, 3rd of December 2021 at 10 in the morning.
Bearing all unforeseen circumstances, Ijebu-Ode Ekpe Road is ready for commissioning by the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, before the end of December. Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Ogun State, Engineer Abeokuta, made this known to journalists while on the special inspection of the road. Bumi Adegun was part of the entourage and he completes the report.
The 14-kilometer road Ijebu-Ode Ekpe, constructed by the current administration in Ogun State, led by Prince Dakpo Abiodun, will be commissioned by the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, in the second week of December.
There are two different projects going on along this axis. Down there, probably after when you come down from the ramp, that's the beginning of the Ijebu-Ode Ekpe road, which is the first phase of the project. Behind me right now, we have the flyover bridge. So I think we picked the right day to come here. They are pouring the deck right now. You saw me kind of walking around seeing what's going on.
We have waited for you, actually.
Coming from the Lagos end of the just constructed Ijebu-Ode Ekpe road is a sight to behold. The road has already fixed street lights, laybys, security posts, and a toll point at both ends. And this is a good indication that the road is ready, except for few things to be added in readiness for the President's visit. Krenborg Construction is in charge of this project, and the project manager tells us what the road looks like without driving on it.
Well, I think Oga Commissioner has explained everything regarding the purpose of the project and what's on it. For the technical aspect, let's go to where we are doing the MSE wall and do some explanation there.
The second project, as said by the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in this axis, is the flyover. The flyover part that will lead vehicles into Ijebu-Ode and out of Ijebu-Ode towards Shagamu-Ore Road is also nearing completion, as contractors are working day and night to fix the flyover.
We want to be able to finish this before end of say January or before then. I'm pushing them. It's my
No, we will drive on the deck before January.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so but the intent is to complete everything. So you see, this side is more or less, they are backfilling it right now. So the other side will still start soon.
Also on this trip were the representatives of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSC, and Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, who were there to assess.
It's a very impressive construction. We have no doubt that this will contribute to a very great extent to the economic development of our dear state.
First of all, commend the state government. It's a wonderful project. This road is a critical road for the economic development of Ogun State. You know, it links Ogun State and Lagos State together. You can see it. It's marvelous. It's very, very wonderful.
The President of Nigeria is expected to also have a stopover at the Gateway City Gate, erected at the interchange of the state, which represents the 3 roads that leads to Ogun West, Ogun East, and Ogun Central, a project also done by the current administration. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
The government of Ogun State has taken its sensitization program on the State Land Administration and Revenue Management System, OLAMS, to Mowe and its environs. The state government used the occasion to urge those who build on new town acquisition property of the state to come forward and rectify the land. Tunde Olaniro has the details in this package.
The Ogun State Land Administration and Revenue Management System, OLAMS, is the brainchild of the Prince Abeokuta administration to make the processing of certificates of occupancy very easy in the state. This interactive session with the people of Mowe Bafo and its environs is to create more awareness about the program. People of the area are assured of their subscription to the program.
And we, as a community development practitioners, leaders, we will try as much as possible to encourage our people and swing into this action so that everything will work fine.
It's a very good program. People going about buying things of 10,000, 5,000 are getting receipts. Why should somebody build a house without documents? It's a welcome idea.
OLAMS is convenient, stress-free, and guarantees completion within 30 days, according to government officials.
So OLAM's objectives is to give people the opportunity to ratify their documents for their properties, landed assets. So people that have built properties on government land, this is land under acquisition, are invited to take part in this amnesty program. OLAMS is also taking the land sale to the communities and beyond. The land sale is going to be online. Everything to do with OLAMS is online. It's a ratification process that they can do from the convenience of their own houses, from wherever they are in the whole world.
What we have done in this administration is to look at the past and look at what made it to be that cumbersome. And we have found out that it's in the employment of ICT that we are going to be able to overcome all of that. And this OLAM is set to do that. You can even sit in the comfort of your home abroad and transact business through the OLAM windows.
But what happens to the homeowners charter subscribers who were not given their certificate of occupancy by the immediate past administration? The Director General, Bureau of Lands and Survey, responded this way.
And so we have been assuring them that we are going to make sure that we look into the past, which I told them there that we actually have been doing perfection of even HUC rather, homeowners charter.
High points of the program was the commissioning of OLAM's office in Mowe. Tunde Olaniro, Ogtv News.
And still to come in the news, President Buhari presides over National Security Council meeting, decorates his aide de camp with new rank. Details and more reports after this short break. Thanks for joining us once again. The news continues. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered security agencies to intensify surveillance and patrol activities along the Abuja-Kaduna Road. Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola disclosed this to State House correspondents after the National Security Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Aregbesola also disclosed that the regime is impressed by the recently concluded governorship elections in Anambra State, which saw the emergence of the candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Charles Soludo, as governor-elect. According to him, the police and other security agencies have been mobilized to intensify surveillance, patrol, and pursuit of criminals. The minister said the police is the lead agency on internal security. Therefore, maintenance of law and order will start with them and then extend to all other security agencies. He said with the successes recorded, there is no doubt as to the regime's commitment to promoting democracy and ensuring that 2023 is not threatened. The House of Representatives has expressed concern over the widespread use of drugs among the youth in the country. During plenary on Thursday, the issue raised by Representative Henry Nwabua as a matter of urgent public importance asked for comment from House members as they enumerated the long and short-term implications of drug abuse on youth and society, citing the current challenge of insecurity in the country as one of the consequences. Authorities were urged to come up with a national plan to curb the menace and clamp down on drug dealers, while relevant agencies should embark on sensitization campaigns to address the problems. There is a need to encourage upcoming scientists to develop more interest in programming languages rather than engaging in hardware and system analysis in order to add value to the nation's economy. This was the position of Professor Taofiki Akinwale at the 68th inaugural lecture of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, titled Bigger and Better Database for Innovative Advancement in Industrial Revolution. Margaret Okunlola reports.
The event was the 68th inaugural lecture of Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, delivered by Professor Adio Taofiki Akinwale at the Department of Computer Science. Professor Akinwale, while dwelling on the topic, Bigger and Better Database for Innovation Advancement in Industrial Revolution, explained that applications of computer programming language brings better details of accuracy to improve economic roadmap.
The real job I've done since 1994 was analyze the way I formulated new methods and the way I use existing method to be applied in every domain, in agri, in e-commerce, and the way I propose a translation statement to be used, especially for countries that's weak currency.
The lecturer, Professor Akinwale, thereafter charged computer analysts and stakeholders to step up on the usage of modern computer science laboratories in order to bring out optimal data accuracy to improve the economic growth of the nation. The State Head of Service, Dr. Nafi Aigoro, during the event appreciated the position of Professor Akinwale as he aligned with the explicit innovations in the lecture.
We need to have our computer people to liaise with FUNAM. These are the things that the professors have been shunning out from the ivory towers, and we need to domesticate it. We need the other people, the other institutions to work with them, whatever they are able to come up with and translate to things that will be useful to the generality of mankind.
The 68th inaugural lecture of foremost Federal University of Agriculture in Nigeria also had other dignitaries in attendance.
The hearing impaired in society have been described as not limited in their mental and intellectual functioning, but have the readiness of mind to join hands in building the society. Chairman of Ogun State Association of the Deaf, Mr. Afis Shitu, stated this at the association's 30th anniversary and the 2021 International Week of the Deaf held at Obas Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta. Taiwo Adebiyi was at the venue of the program, and a report is presented in this package.
Physically challenged in any green society are said to have equal rights as able-bodied without discrimination on the basis of their limitations. It is to discuss that Ogun State Association of the Deaf celebrates its own. The 30th anniversary of the Ogun State Association of the Deaf centered on the theme, Anniversary of Advocacy, Inclusion Rights, Challenges and the Way Forward in a Post-COVID-19 Era. In his welcome address, Chairman of the Ogun State Association of the Deaf, Mr. Afiz Shitu, said that the association's 30th anniversary was aligned with the recently concluded International Week of the Deaf, which is to promote human rights of the deaf.
The implementation of Ogun State Disability Bill will help the actualization of our inclusion rights. We plead for the prioritization of the bill.
Goodwill messages were in various forms. Ogun State Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Mosumola Dikbeolu, represented by the Deputy Chief Registrar, Ogun State High Court, Akinyemi, expressed joy at seeing the people exhibiting ability in disability.
There is truly very great ability in disability. The sense of belonging and inclusion of the rights of the deaf in the society, the way it has been brought forward by the founders of this association is a very good one.
Guest speaker, Dr. Williams Olubodo, and the Director, Special Needs Education in Ogun State, Mr. Oluwole Majekodomi, in their paper presentations reiterated that people in different sectors of the community need to be informed and equipped on how to relate with them. Those with diverse challenges should also come together and form cooperative businesses.
For the students to be educated, you have to access them to their village heads, to their local school leaders, headmaster, teachers.
Do not see ourselves as somebody that is marginalized. We are where God has placed us.
The event also featured dance, which depicts that the music of the deaf is in their brains. A special rendition by the dance team of the association pleads that the community of deaf should be allowed to shine their light and become great in the society. Presentation of awards and cutting of the anniversary cake spiced the event.
Ogun State government has said it would continue to engage stakeholders in the security sector in order to stamp out negative tendencies and activities capable of jeopardizing government efforts in developing education for a guaranteed future in the state. The Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, made this known at the end of a meeting with the State Command of the Nigerian Police at the officers' mess in Abeokuta to address the recent security challenges involving some students of secondary schools in the state capital. Matthew Shomi has the details.
The Ogun State Command of the Nigerian Police has been a critical stakeholder and key partner in the achievements of the goals of the development of an education system devoid of any negative tendencies capable of jeopardizing the future of students. Determined to ensure the continuation of this cordial relationship, this engagement with the Ogun State Command of the Nigerian Police by the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology is coming on the heels of recent happenings involving some students in the state capital and the divisional police officer of Adaton Division. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, appreciated the command for always rising up to the occasion by responding to situations as they arise among students in the state secondary schools. Professor Arigbabu admonished parents to talk to their words on the need to shun violence and be of good conduct, as the state would no longer tolerate any of such acts capable of causing unrest across secondary schools in the state.
Nigerian police they have been very supportive. They have been helping us to contain all forms of indiscipline and vices that normally will have disrupted activities in our schools. Also, we use the opportunity to also commiserate with Nigerian police on the happened. And some hoodlums, and we wouldn't know that actually attacked when students were on rampage, sometimes on Monday.
Commissioner of Police Ogun State Command, Lanre Bankole, promised adequate security for all secondary schools within the state, as the command was undaunted in its determination to rid schools in the state of all untoward activities.
On all of these occasions, Nigeria police have been very, very prompt in attending to such incidents. We have also made a promise, just like we have done before, that the Nigeria Police or the State Command will continue to ensure the safety of all citizens of Ogun State.
Earlier, Ogun State government charged teachers to identify ways for the country to overcome the challenges of bilingualism to avoid being shortchanged in international organizations. So the commissioner, who was represented by the director, Department of Quality Assurance and Teachers Development, Mr. Martins Akinshola, explained that the World French Teachers Day was set aside by the French government for Anglophone countries to honor the women and men at the center of French-speaking movements. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
110 market women and traders from Abeokuta North and Abeokuta South local government areas have benefited from the Derisola Abiola Foundation's 20,000 Naira cash grant to women in the state. The program, according to the founder of the foundation, Ms. Derisola Abiola, is a non-profit exercise aimed at developing human capacity and supporting women through cash fundings on a yearly basis. Ife Shulade reports.
Targeted at improving the financial capacity of traders and market women in Ogun State, the Derisola Abiola Foundation launched the program geared towards eradicating poverty by supporting 110 traders in Abeokuta North and Abeokuta South local government. Following her father's philanthropic footsteps, daughter of late politician and philanthropist MKO Abiola and founder of DAF, Ms. Derisola Abiola, disclosed that the program was born out of a drive to give back to the society, empowering the women fold, and investing in the society.
Abeokuta is very dear to my heart, and because charity begins from home, I resolve that in every way I can and in every opportunity I have, I will give back to the people of this beautiful town that has contributed in no small measure to making me who I am. And this is why I decided that my foundation's very first activity would be to launch a support fund for women drawn from our markets and across our communities.
Ms. Abiola, alongside other personalities present, advised the beneficiaries to invest wisely in the cash support.
It's not just going to be a one-off engagement for us. We're also going to follow up to be sure that they don't have any challenges with their businesses, and if there's anywhere else that we need to step in, we'll be able to offer assistance in that regard. And
there's no small money. 20,000 is not a small money. So I'm begging them to use the money the way we told them to use it.
Before you know it, 1 year after, you will have seen them growing into big economy. So my advice to them is to spend the money on their business.
Some of the beneficiaries showed their appreciation with praises and prayers for the founder.
I really appreciate Derisola Abiola Foundation because it's doing very well. So we thank her for her support of women. We really appreciate it.
God will continue to bless her abundantly. She will not lack of anything in the name of Almighty Allah.
Ms. Abiola assured that the exercise, despite being the pilot phase of the foundation, would henceforth be a yearly program to mark a birthday celebration. Ife Sholuade, Ogtv News.
The Nigeria Customs Service Ogun 1 Area Command has read riot acts to smugglers and criminal elements in the state that all the illegal acts will be uncovered. The Customs Area Controller Dera Nadi stated this during interaction with journalists in Ogun State to intimate them of his assumption of office. The report is in this package.
Display of seized items at the Nigeria Customs Service Ogun 1 Area Command in just 1 month and 6 days of assumption of office of the controller, Dera Nadi. 7,311 bags of rice, 12 kegs of 25 liters of vegetable oil, amounting to 300 liters, used vehicles and motorcycles, the means of their conveyance, used clothing, used shoes, cannabis sativa, used tires, 831 kegs of premium motor spirit amounting to 20,775 liters, frozen poultry products, and used toys. Comptroller Deran Nadi, while briefing journalists, said the mission and mandate he got is to rid Ogun State of smuggling.
Section 158 of the Custom and Excise Management Act permits custom officers to patrol everywhere and make interventions when they suspect that something illegal as far as customs laws is concerned. Again, Section 146 and 147 of Customs Law permits customs to come into any premises without warrant to search anywhere across the country.
He also acknowledged the federal government's effort at equipping them with latest provision of 10 units of brand new vehicles. The custom boss had earlier visited the Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewaland, Oba Kehinde Olugbele, Agura of Bagura, Oba Babajide Bakri, and Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, soliciting their support in the fight against smuggling.
But these are fundamental all the categories I have mentioned here. There are more than other things, but at least those ones, if we can find a way to apply them to address them, I want to believe it. The issue of killing of the officer, not that everybody somehow in advance.
I will never follow anybody to beg him to release vehicles used for smuggling, or to release anybody that you have arrested for smuggling.
This effort of the new custom boss and many others in the pipeline are expected to help the command in the discharge of their duties. He also assured reorientation of the officers on the rules of engagement and the need to be civil enough at their points of duty.
Business news is next with Adebola Oshomoji. Stay with us.
Welcome to business segment of the news. The Nigerian Communications Commission says Nigerians should expect gigabytes per second for smart cities, self-driving cars, robust telemedicine, and others with the deployment of the fifth generation technology in Nigeria. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Professor Umar Dambata, hinted this while responding to questions during a webinar titled Unlocking 5G Potential in Africa. This was contained in a press statement titled, "We are conducting training sensitizing stakeholders and collaborating to deploy 5G effectively," Dambata told journalists. Dambata emphasized Nigeria's readiness to deploy 5G and highlighted some of the steps taken by the Commission towards deploying the technology in the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, said the economy has recorded slight expansion month-on-month, MON, in October 2021 as the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, rose to 47.3 index points as against 46.6 index point recorded in the preceding month. However, the new index point still falls below the positive benchmark of 50 index point. According to the Monetary Policy Committee Communique 139, released by the CBN, the MPC committee noted that the improvement in the manufacturing PMI indicated a gradual recovery of output growth, driven largely by the increase in the new orders associated with rising aggregate demand and upswing in business activities. Total pension asset of the Contributory Pension Scheme, CPS, increased by 0.8% month-on-month, MON, to 13 trillion naira in September 2021 from 12.9 trillion naira recorded in August 2021, according to the unaudited report on pension funds industry portfolio for the period which ended 30th September 2021. obtained from the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, the Total Retirement Savings Account, RSA, registration rose marginally by 0.4% to 9.5 million from 9.4 million recorded in August. The breakdown of the figures shows that investment in federal government securities declined by 0.8% to 8.2 trillion naira from 8.3 trillion naira, reveals that investment in federal government bonds declined by 0.7% to 7.83 trillion naira from 7.78 trillion naira. Treasury bills investment went down by 30.9% to 283.9 billion naira from 410.8 billion naira. The National Manager, National Petroleum Investment Management Services, NAPIMS, Mr. Bala Wunti, has said that the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, will enhance competition in the oil and gas industry. Speaking as a lead presenter at the Lagos section of the annual Technical Symposium of the Society for Petroleum Engineers, Wunti said the operationalization of the PIA will bring about certainty, competitiveness, and cost optimization in Nigeria's oil and gas industry. In the presentation, Wunti gave an overview of the major issues impacting the oil and gas industry, stating that tremendous progress has been made in tackling the issue of security and costs. And that was business news. Back to Bukola for the rest of our news.